All right, guys. Okay, if you take a lawnmower blade, this is an old mulching blade that I have, and you spin it underneath the deck, anything you were to tie to the end of it would spin straight out. So what I was gonna do is take an old lawnmower blade and cut it down to where I had these 3 holes and maybe 2 inches on each side. But if you tie anything to the end of it, it's gonna stick straight out. So I messed around here in my garage and looked around, and I found an old starter flywheel off of my pickup that I had replaced. There's the gear over there where the whole center of this had come unwelded from the factory, and I just welded it back in more for measurements than anything. And I drilled me, there was already holes around the outside perimeter, and I come in here and drilled me some holes, and I sanded them down to get them really smooth where it would not cut into this weed eater string. And this is some pretty big stuff. I asked my brother for 3 or 4 foot of it yesterday, and he gave me that great big old roll over there. So anyways, I've got a little 33-inch snapper riding lawnmower, and where I mow at and where I've been mowing at for the past few years, I've got a lot of roots and a lot of rocks and a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of big windows in my cabin. And every time I mow, I'm scared to death I'm gonna throw a rock through one of those windows that'll probably cost $300 to $500 to get a new one. And I really don't wanna spend that much money. So like I said, I come out here. I'm not the prettiest welder. I haven't knocked the slag off this yet, and I did burn through a couple spots, but it really doesn't matter. I'm fixing to balance it. And I welded this on here, drilled the holes out, sanded the holes down, and I've actually got it to where I've got 4 of them on there right now, but I could put as many as 12 strings on it if I wanted to, which if you double that like this, that would be 24. Well, I've been watching these videos on YouTube of this guy that has invented something like this, and I thought, you know, I don't know if it'll work on that little 33-inch lawnmower or not, but when these are spinning, of course, they'll straighten out like this. Well, that's 2 strings. And then that's 2 strings going in that direction, 2 strings going in that direction, and so on and so forth. And I think I cut these at 33 inches, and this is, I can't remember the exact measurement now. I believe this is 12 inches across. So that's gonna put me, when you double this, at just a little over 33 inches. After I get it underneath there, I can cut off any excess so it won't be hitting the deck. But what I'm hoping is by doing this, and I'll bolt it on to where it's like this, and my knot's on top so that it won't be hitting anything, hopefully, because if I put it on the bottom, this could get caught on something, and by putting it there, it won't. Bolt it like this, and as it spins, it will straighten those strings out and act like a big weed eater. That's what I'm hoping. Just like that guy on YouTube has one of these, but they're like, I don't know, they're around $50 or $60 a piece, and then he has a special kind of string, and I think the only place you can buy the string is through him. It's custom made for them. So I can't test it this weekend, but next weekend I'm going to go down, hopefully, and I will be able to test this and see if it works. And like I said, all this is just an old flywheel, and I'm fixing to find me some way to balance it here in the center, and I'll take metal away until I get it balanced. But I cut it. I'm not a welder, and I blame sure ain't a cutting torch guy, and I'm pretty good with the plasma cutter, but I cut it just as smooth as I could, and then I went around this edge and ground this edge off on both sides and got it just as smooth as I could around the edge. And also, if you think about it, if I were to cut a lawnmower blade down trying to solve this problem, well, you're gonna have a cut here. Well, if this hits a rock, even with the string on it, it's gonna throw it. So by having it round, it can't really throw it. And with the string out there, like I said, if I put string, this is for example, if I were to put a string here, it's gonna go straight out. Well, if I put a string here, it's gonna go straight out in that direction too. So by making it round, I can put 4, or heck, if I wanted to, like I said, I could put 12 strings on it, which would be a total of 24 if you were to do it like that. But I'm gonna try 4, see how that works, and then I may put 4 more on it and just see how that works, because maybe the more string I put on it, the longer they'll last. I don't know. But my brother had, like I said, this is some, let me see what size that is. I haven't even looked at it, to tell you the God's honest truth. Here's the string that he had. This is what I'm going to try. And this spool was just almost full. Well, I pulled off, 3, 6, 9, 12 foot of it, about 15 foot of it altogether. But I'm going to try this and see what happens next weekend. And when I find out, I'll show you guys. Thank you.